Okay, boys and girls, let's take a look at our social studies. Now, we have been working on gathering information about the Pilgrims and the Wampanoags, and we are using a Venn diagram in order to compare and contrast the difference between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoags, and we're going to focus on shelter for this week. So when you are looking at a Venn diagram, you are going to have one circle here, which is all about the Pilgrims, and everything that you can think of you're going to that pertains to the Pilgrims, you're going to be writing right in here. This side is going to be your Wampanoags, and everything that you know about them, you're going to be writing here. But there's going to be things where they overlap, and they're going to have similar things that they both do. And those are the things that go right in the middle. And so you're going to use let's go right back over here. You're going to use all of your resources that we have been using, and maybe you found some more of your own. So look here at this one is called Building a Home. That's in your lesson plan for this week. So you're going to read through this. You're going to find out how the houses were different, how their functions were the same, and just all kinds of things like that. So let's take a quick look here. All right, so in the 1600s, both Wampanoag men and women took part in the building of making a home. All right, so we know that on the Wampanoags that the men and women both built the home. So we can go back over here and we can write that right in here. We can say both men and women built the homes. All right, so we're going to leave that there for just a moment, and we're going to go back over to our citing here. And as we continue to read, we'll read some more things here, but I'm going to focus mainly on the people that built the homes. Okay, so now we're down here in our Pilgrims, and we're going to look at how the Pilgrims built their homes. Okay, so the Pilgrims, they said that they were prepared to build their own homes. Now, you've read through this already, and you're going to be coming down here. And so here they had brought tools with them from when they came over, and they had everything they needed. So the men went to the woods and cut down trees. Okay. All right, so what were the women doing during that time? Does it say anything about the women helping to build the homes? In this article, I do not see anything about the women actually building the homes and cutting down all of those things. So it says that they cut grass and reeds, but it doesn't say it was just the women, does it? So it looks like from this article that only the men were the ones who were actually building the homes. So I'm going to put here on the Pilgrim side, only men built the homes. All right, so we know that those are two things that are different. So now we want to look at the shelter of what was the same. So we'll go back into our different little resources here, and we're going to read through and see if there were similarities. So you're going to read all of this. Here it says the colonists did their cooking, and the women cooked around the hearth, small fires. Okay, and let's see if I go back up here to where my Wampanoags are. I am going back here. And I'm trying to see, because I remember reading something about it. So you might have to keep reading over and over. Okay, see, here's where the women gathered cattails from the swamps, and they later would dry them out, and they'd use them to make double-sided mats when laid over the frame houses. So it looks like they were gathering leaves and things like that. Let's see what else here. Oh, once built, the houses belonged to the women. Okay, this is because they gave birth to the children and must be protected from and nurtured. And the men lived with their families in the houses and were responsible for providing and for protecting the families. So they both lived in the houses together. Okay, Let's see, what else? And does it say when the houses were finished? But if you're looking down here, it does look like they all lived together. They were all in one space. Okay, so I think I want to look at one of my other resources, see if I can find more. So I'm going to go back here to this resource in order to see if I can find some things to add in. And I'm going to look up here, and this is housing. Oh, I need to click here to enable that. I'm going to say yes, so I can see my information. And this is going to be up here, and you're going to go back and forth. Here, Pilgrims' houses were modeled after English. Notice they have the pitch roof there. And the Wampanoags lived in Watuus. They were a circular shape. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to see if I can put that in my, let's see here, the Pilgrims were like back in England. It is a name of a proper place. How to spell it. Okay. And back here, the Wampanoags houses were round shaped. Okay. All right, so those are the things. Now, I know we're putting in a Venn diagram. Does that mean I need to kind of be remembering my conventions, even if it's just a Venn diagram? Well, I would recommend that, yes, you do, so that you don't have your sentences and your words running together. We know that it is one complete thought. So I'm going to use a houses, make sure that it sounds correct, has a capital letter. Okay, I got to get rid of my edit text here, but whoop, I can do that easily. I'll just backspace that. Okay, and you're going to just go back and forth. And if there are things that are similar, you're going to put them in here. So you can say they, let's see, I'm going to go down here. I know that they both cooked over an open flame. Not flame, flame. Okay, that's kind of more about cooking, but that's okay. All right, so you get the idea. You're just going to go back and forth, and if you had other resources that you were using to help you, you can use those too. Just make sure that you are citing those sources. All right, so I hope that that's going to help you here, and we will have a quick check back in as we continue with our social studies.